Hi, friend. Glad to see you on my channel. Here I am talking about the latest and high-profile show business news. Dear viewers, every day we talk about what's going on in the world of global show business and famous people all over the planet. As sad as it sounds, we have said goodbye to many of the bright artists in the last few months. They've managed to make a name for themselves and left us as legends. Legends are passing away one by one, and today is no exception. Actor Russell Crowe seriously ill with coronavirus and is now in serious condition. Doctors do not want to give any prognosis, but let's hope for the best. Russell Crowe was born April 7, 1964, in Wellington, New Zealand. His family moved to Sydney, Australia, when Crowe was 4 years old. He spent a lot of time on the sets of various film and television productions where his parents worked. As at the age of 6, Crowe was cast as an orphan on the television series Forced. The first of his many small roles as a child actor. His family returned to New Zealand in 1978, and Crowe began performing as a rock singer, calling himself Russell Rock, and recorded the prophetically titled 1980 single I Want to Be Like Marlon. During this period, he and a friend formed a band called the Romantics, which later evolved into 30-odd Feet of Grunts, a rock band. A rock band in which Crowe acted as vocalist, guitarist and songwriter. Crowe returned to Australia in the early 1980s to pursue his acting career, getting a role in the production musical Grease in 1983. From 1986 to 1988, he played the lead role in touring production of the musical Rocky Horror Picture Show. A role in the stage musical Blood Brothers in 1989 led to Crowe's first feature film. The 1990 feature film Blood Oath, released in the U.S. under the title Prisoners of the Sun. His other early films included Crossing 1990, which marked his first starring role, and The Efficiency Expert 1991 U.S. released film Spotswood with Anthony Hopkins and Toni Collette. His breakthrough roles showed two very different sides of Raven. In the 1992 film Proof, he played a mild-mannered, trusting dishwasher, winning an Australian Film Institute Award for Best Supporting Actor. The following year he won the Best Actor statuette the following year for his role as a violent Nazi, a skinhead in a scandalous film Romper Stomper. His next and equally iconoclastic role was the role of a gay plumber living with his. In 1994, Crowe played the role of a gay plumber living with his widowed father in The Sum of Us. In 1995, Crowe made his American film debut starring alongside Sharon Stone, Gene Hackman and Leonardo DiCaprio in The Fast and the Furious, the unusual western The Fast and the Dead. That same year, he played a virtual reality Outside the Law, created as a composite of more than 150 serial killers, which hunted by Denzel Washington in the sci-fi thriller Virtuosity. He also played a romantic role in the movies with a small scene of raw magic. 1995 with Bridget Fonda and The Gap. 1997 with Salma Hayek. Although some insiders thought he was one of those, Crowe wasn't really captured the attention of American moviegoers until LA Confidential, a highly acclaimed 1997 film Neon War, which analyzed the dark underside of 1950s Los Angeles. Crowe played a brutal and outspoken policeman, Bud White, one of a trio of very different police officers. Kevin Spacey played the role of Australian Guy Pearce, who stumbles into a twisted and murderous conspiracy. Crowe's incendiary performance, including hot love scenes with Kim Basinger and her movie counterpart, Basinger, earned rave reviews. Crowe's first starring role in 1999 was in The Alaskan Mystery, a poorly received comedy written by David Kelly and starring Burt Reynolds. He had more success in the next film, The Insider, based on the true story of former tobacco company executive Jeffrey Wiegand, who was persuaded by a television news producer to blab about the powerful tobacco industry. Despite mediocre box office receipts, the movie The Insider, which was directed by Michael Mann, as well as Al Pacino, was critically acclaimed. Crowe's tense Oscar-nominated performance. Crowe's performance as the reluctant Whig was perhaps the most notable aspect of the film. The actor gained 35 pounds for the role and was almost unrecognizable in the thinning gray wig. In 2000, Crowe rose to the top of Hollywood's A-list thanks to his charismatic performance of a Roman general turned vengeful slave. In Gladiator, the ambitious Roman epic and summer blockbuster directed by Ridley Scott and starring Joaquin Phoenix, the film won 12 Academy Award nominations, including a second consecutive for Best Actor for Crowe. On Oscar night in March 2001, Crowe beat out Crowe ahead of Hollywood elder Tom Hanks and took home the Oscar. Gladiator won in 5 categories including Knights, the Best Honor Picture. Also in 2000, Crowe starred in the romantic adventure film Proof of Life as a hostage negotiator who becomes romantic relationship with his client, played by Meg Ryan, after her husband is kidnapped in 2001. Russell Crowe starred in A Beautiful Mind, the acclaimed biopic about Nobel Prize-winning mathematician John Nash. In a film directed by Ron Howard, the film starred Ed Harris and Jennifer Connelly for the 3rd year in a row. Crossbraver's performance earned him an Academy Award nomination, Oscar nomination for Best Actor after Crowe's starring role in The Master and Commander in The Far Side of the World in 2003. He and Howard teamed up again for the movie Cinderella. The 2005 boxing drama Cinderella Man, about Jim Braddock, a Depression-era boxer who defeated heavyweight champion Max Medved in a 15-round bout. Other releases of the decade included A Good Year 2006, American Gangster 2007, Body of Lies 2008, all 3 of which also directed by Ridley Scott, and 2009 State of Play. Crowe reunited with Scott for the 5th time. In 2010, Crowe reunited with Scott for the 5th time in the film adaptation of Robin Hood, which co-starred Cate Blanchett after starring in the 2012 film The Man with the Iron Fist. The Man with the Iron Fist. The actor used his singing abilities in the musical Les Miserables, released in December. Tom Hooper's Oscar-nominated film starring Hugh Jackman and Hathaway and Amanda Seyfried, Crowe played the role of obsessed Constable Javert. Crowe got his next big roles in 2013, with the winter release of Broken City, in which he played the mayor who ran for re-election, and the summer saw the release of the film Man of Steel, directed by Zack Snyder. Snyder retells the story of Superman, starring Henry Cavill and Crowe as his Kryptonian father Jor-El. In 2014, Crowe returned to big-budget movies with the biblical Noah before making it turn things upside down by directing The Soothsayer of Water. Directorial debut about a father searching for his sons in Europe after World War I. One Fathers and Daughters 2015 with Seyfried also showed the actor in a complex role. Crowe's next attempt at an enforcer role alongside Ryan Gosling in the action comedy Goodfellas in 2016 was generally well received. He wasn't able to provide much help in the 2017 reboot of The Mummy, though the actor did better in the 2018 film Wipeout Boy as the father of a teenager placed in gay therapy. Turning to the small screen, Crowe took on the role of Fox News founder Roger Ailes on the Showtime series in the summer of 2019. Loudest voice. Although the series has garnered mixed reviews, Crowe made enough of an impression to win the 2nd Golden Globe Award of his career. Crowe began a long-term relationship with Australian singer and actress Danielle Spencer during the filming of Crossing in late 1989. In the summer of 2000, Crowe entered into a romantic relationship with his colleague in the film Proof of Life Meg Ryan and was cited as a factor in her breakup with husband of 9 years, Dennis Quaid. However, Crowe and Ryan broke up in late December of that year. Crowe later resumed his romance with Spencer. They married in April 2003 and had 2 sons, Charles and Tennyson, before announced their breakup in 2012.